Gosh, these new lights are flippin' killing me. What's up, kiddos? So, welcome to the next installment on the Izzy Gray channel of Tales of Tragedy! Yay! I don't know why I made that noise, and I do not know why I clapped. Today's tale is about a moment in time where my brain decided it would be a great idea to get me killed. This story also involves two of my best buds from high school, Chris and Taylor, whichever way I decided to put these photos in because this is my channel, and the fact that they also tried to assist my brain in getting me killed by a heart attack and respiratory system failure. As a prelude to this story, in middle school, me, Chris, and Taylor, or Chris, Taylor, and I, if you're grammatically correct, we'd have sleepovers every few weeks at one of each other's houses where we'd basically grab a bunch of video games, a bunch of junk candy and sodas, and play video games and eat junk food and drink sodas until 2, 3 in the morning, crash for a few hours, get up, and then go home. Sad, I know, but none of us drive and our parents all worked and had to grab us early and whatnot. This particular instance was a time that my brain decided that, hey, let's scare them. So, 7th or 8th grade, somewhere in there, 13, 14-year-old me, we crashed at Taylor's one night with junk food and sodas and a video game that I have had very rarely played beforehand, and after this, very rarely play and now do not play at all, called Call of Duty Zombies. I don't know if it's still relevant or they're still coming out with new installments of that game, because I am not a video game player. And that's another part to this story. I'm not a video game player. Never have been. I've never kidded myself that I am. I do not work well under pressure, so to have zombies in my face trying to find a better gun and having Chris and Taylor screaming in my ears was very successfully traumatic to me in my younger years. So we're sitting there playing, and I am not doing so hot. And Chris and Taylor are yelling at me, "Get a better gun! Don't die! I'm not coming back to heal you!" Ah! Maybe not exactly like that. But anyways, so I decide to tap out for a bit so I can replenish myself with Smart Food white cheddar popcorn and probably Sunkist, because I'm not a big soda drinker, but for some reason orange soda has always been the exception to that rule, because there's always an exception to every rule, and there's always a loophole that you can find it. Never mind, don't actually do that, that's not safe. But anyway, as I'm sitting there with my bag of popcorn and soda, start getting pretty tired, start feeling the eyelids start to get heavy. So I decide that I'm gonna snag myself a quick nap before we switch over video games, and I can come back for a video game that may be less stressful. So I go to sleep on my air mattress, and I have a nightmare. In case you guys haven't noticed yet, I have a very vivid imagination. So when I do something for long enough, my brain continues to go through scenarios in my head. I had a nightmare that I was on the moon level in Call of Duty Zombies. You know, the moon level is space. And all the places where you can get guns, those outlines on the gosh darn walls, were broken and not working, so I could not get myself a gun. So all I had was a Bowie knife, and about 5 to 10 minutes into this dream, or 5 to 10 minutes dream time, not real time, the knife broke. So I have no weapons, and the levels kept going up. So I would hear the that was actually really good, and you can judge me if you want. So the levels kept going up, the number of zombies kept going up, and I couldn't find a gosh darn gun. So I'm running all over this moon base, trying not to get caught and get ate. The dogs finally come out, the flaming zombie dog thingies, and they're finally there, and they finally catch me, and I can feel teeth ripping into my body. And I'm and I wake up. First thing I noticed, I have a cramp in my side because this arm is over here and this one is down here. I have burritoed myself in the sleeping bag that I was in. I'm out of it now, and it's burritoed around me, so I looks like some chocolate freaking origami piece. Chocolate origami piece. Okay, that's my bad. I have to throw in a black joke. I live in one of the whitest states our country has to offer. I have to throw in the black joke. So anyway, I'm burritoed around my sleeping bag, and Chris and Taylor are cowering up against the couch, what the freak? There's laughter in their voices, but there's also a bit of terror. I'm sitting there going, what happened? Apparently, I threw a bag of chips in my sleep, flailed myself out of my sleeping bag, and then proceeded, and this is the best part, proceeded to have a fist fight with Taylor. Because he went to be like, "Hey, bud, you doing alright?" And it's maybe not exactly, probably exactly like that, because I didn't really know how to throw punches. So I feel bad, obviously, because I think I might have clipped Taylor in the head or something, and I may or may not have rolled on Chris, and I was about this large when I was younger. And Chris has always been immensely fit without trying to do a damn thing. He's one of those kids. Anyway, all of us decide that it's time to call it a night, and we all go to bed. I have no more night terrors, and I sleep soundly through the night. Around 7:30, 8 o'clock, Chris and Taylor are making breakfast. Quick side note about me. Any sleepover, I'm the last person to fall asleep and I'm the last person to get up. Chris and Taylor are upstairs in the kitchen. I am still down in the basement where we chilled last night and played video games and where I attended the most horrendous nightmare of my early teens. And Taylor kind of looks over at Chris and is just like, hey bud. And Chris, being the supportive, kind-hearted friend that he is, goes, yeah. So I wake up to Chris and Taylor thundering down the stairs, yelling at the top of their lungs, Isaiah, get in the truck, get the shotgun, zombie apocalypse, they're out the door, go, 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 go! I jump, catapult myself out of my sleeping bag, grab the first thing near me, a chair, lamp, can't remember what it was, and start to swing it as hard as I can at whatever is in front of me, which was just air. There's nothing there. And in about mid-swing, I stop because I see that Chris and Taylor are laughing hysterically. Like, Taylor's doubled over holding his sides. Chris is like on the floor. So in mid-swing, I go from, I'm the most terrified and enraged I've ever been, to you dickheads. And they're both laughing at me while I'm sitting there fighting back tears because, like, when I get inherently, like, really immediately scared, it's like, it's not funny, man. It's not funny. Chris and Taylor are in the midst of calming themselves down while I am in the midst of trying not to shat myself. However, my troubles were not over. There was still one more heartbreaking thing that I would have to go through before this entire clusterfuck of an ordeal was finished. In the time that it took Taylor and Chris to come down the stairs and scare the ever-loving bejesus out of me, one of Taylor's dogs, beautiful little Dalmatian named Boo, had ate 2/3 of our breakfast. That being said, all breakfast consisted of was donuts and sugary cereal because we were teens and our metabolisms were still amazing. So, just as a recap, I have had one of the most vivid night terrors that I can remember. Gotten into a physical altercation with one of my best buddies. Gotten the bejesus scared out of me by people who said they were my friends. And now I don't get donuts. I was sufficiently pissed off and on the verge of tears at this point. So I went home with my mom, because my mother's a beautiful woman and I love her very much, and proceeded to do what I always do when something dramatic happens to me. Start working on forgetting that the entire thing never happened. So the next time you think you're safe in the friendships that you have formed with people you think give a rat's ass about you. I mean, okay, that's a bit harsh. I know Chris and Taylor still give a rat's ass about me and I love them both very much. But at the same time, a dramatic prank might be just around the corner. And if they're your real good friends, you'll never see it coming.